All right, what's up, guys? We got another episode right now of Small Talk with Small Businesses. As I always want to bring in small businesses from around the world, not just here in Jackson County or not just in Leon County, not just in Florida in general. We want that small business from everywhere to come in the room, come in the chat, talk to us about all the great things that they are doing, because believe it or not, there's so many meaningful businesses around, and we want to highlight as many as possible. So today we have another special guest in the room. So if you would, go ahead and tell us what your name is.
Marteen Lewis. Hello,
Cool.
everyone.
Okay. We're glad to have you today. So tell us about yourself.
Well, I am Marteen Lewis, of course, as mentioned. I'm a Florida native, but I currently live in Dothan, Alabama.
Okay.
I've been a registered nurse for 13 years, been in post-op care for 2, and I opened Earthly Wellness Bar while working during the pandemic. That was my way out.
Wow, that was a bold move. It's a bold move in the pandemic, do something like that, to be trying to open a new door. How's that going?
It's going pretty good. Let me see, moved faster than I thought it would. In the middle, not in the beginning, but in the middle. And then we had a slow season. Unbeknownst to me that spa and businesses like this have slow periods during the fall, but I'll be prepared. But outside of that, with products, my website, and selling garments online, that kept us afloat.
Okay. I'm gonna come back to that.
Okay.
Because that's something that I'm gonna have to want you to talk a little more about that
Okay.
season. Okay. So next, let's get to it. What's the name of your business?
Earthly Wellness Bar.
Earthly Wellness Bar. Okay. And what services do you offer?
Well, let me go in a little deeper with that. A lot of people like to know where I get the name from instead of naming it Earthly Wellness Spa. I named it Earthly Wellness Bar because my services are a la carte. I did not have intentions on having a post-op business in the beginning. It was mainly on the foundations of healing, building the immune system, and preventing getting COVID, like just having the immune system in place. I studied herbs and different things like that. And I started with feastings and basic services, and post-op fell in my lap. So it all tied in together, so people can build packages when they come here. To lead into going into those services, we offer women's health services. That's the foundation of the business, is health and wellness, overall health and wellness for men and women. But most of my services are geared towards women, which are post-op care, of course. If you have a BBL, tummy tuck, liposuction, anything like that, Sierra DeBose, licensed massage therapist, and we service you. I do all of the nursing post-op care, and she does the services from the standpoint, well, under the scope of practice of a massage therapist. She handles all of that. And we also do V-steams, which are vaginal steams, or when we have women that have issues down there, or who just wants a rest and relaxation day, just do self-care day, they can do a V-steam. We mix a blend according to what they have after doing the Q&A. We can go into that later when we talk about the services and the online, having those things in place. V-steam kept us afloat as well. We do aromatherapy, detoxification. We have a detox cleanser that you drink, and it detoxes the body and the colon. We all know that a clean colon and a clean gut equals a great mind.
Right.
Prevents brain fog. We have a lot of good services that are coming at the beginning of the year, and we will do another interview to touch base on that too.
Yeah.
Circulating on the news.
Yeah, keep us wondering.
Those are a few of the services.
Man, you got a well-rounded business. I mean, all well-rounded business. I mean, some of those things, I mean, some people focus, solely on post-op. I mean, you have a well-rounded business. I mean, and I see that you have a nice team. I mean, how did that happen? I mean, having a well-rounded team to be able to provide so many different services.
Well, it started with me having a multifaceted mind. I guess I would say my brain operates in so many different directions and so fast. I've had to take notes, do a lot of research, see what can and cannot be done in the state of Alabama, and see what falls under my scope of practice as being a nurse and just being a service provider. And then once I knew what things the services I couldn't offer, I, reached out to other people who were licensed to do those things, and the team came to me. we're actually, speaking of building a team, we gained some, lost some, and a local business owner told me one day, the perfect team will come to you. You don't have to look for it.
Right.
So I see that now. So that's how I was able to build a team. I knew what services I wanted to provide, and I didn't let me not being able to provide the service stop me from offering the service. So I'm a go-getter. So I went out and got what I wanted, and that's where we're at with that.
Spoken like a true leader.
That's it.
Like to hear it. Okay. Well, you already touched on this a little bit, but we still want to just re-emphasize it. What inspires you to start your business?
Oh, working in well, I've always been a service provider, doing for others, caring for others, being compassionate, for sure everyone's taken care of. And then being in that darn COVID, that pandemic, man, it was rough, mentally, emotionally, physically, working long hours, not taking breaks, being afraid of, even though you're geared up, you take off everything and wash up and things. And I was just so afraid of just, contracting something, taking it home to my family. And I was started, jotting down everything that I wanted to do on paper, after work, at work, probably shouldn't say that online, but on a live, but I'm currently 100% self-employed now, and I will still do nursing PRN. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not doing it now. I do miss it, but to stay on track, I was just jotting things down, and one day I was just in the ICU doing dialysis. I'm a dialysis nurse, and there was a family in there, and one of the family members coded, and it was like a domino effect. And I was like, this is it. I might take this home to my family. This could be me and my family in here. And that was just too much for me. And that was it. I was already part-time with PRN because I was a traveler, at the time, but I was working locally as well. So I was just all over the place working, double, triple exposing myself. Luckily, being covered, I never contracted COVID. My youngest son did, but that was after. That was last year. So, but anyway, no, I'm sorry, this school year, this August. But anyway, that's how I started Earthly Wellness Bar. I was doing research and how to prevent people from contracting COVID, and all of this fell in my lap.
Wow. Honestly, I mean, you hit on a lot there because, like I said, like you said, that COVID was very taxing on a lot of people. And even though we lost a lot of people, a lot of bad things came from COVID. There are some good things that came from it, though. Still, that again, like we say in the Bible, that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and called according to His purpose. So even though it really like a really bad situation, you were able to turn into a very good one for you. And that all stems from purpose. And you guys look like you're walking in purpose right now. In my opinion, look like you are walking in purpose.
I feel like I am, because there were many times that I wanted to give up, but I just can't quit. Not in my flesh. If it was just my flesh, yes, I would. If it was my decision, I would say, oh, let me just go back to work. But I am walking in my purpose. I see a lot of women who come in here who don't have the confidence, who have low self-esteem, on the other side of the rest and relaxation services that, message me several times, say thank you for the conversation we had. Then I have other women on the other side who don't have any confidence and self-esteem issues that want to have surgery just because they want to have it. They're fine, but they want to be fine.
Okay.
And then I have some women on that side of things who do have issues that want to fix their body because they've been body shamed, they've been bullied, they've been overweight all their lives. And I don't like that. I want to help them. I want to help them, know you're that girl. You're still that girl. Everyone is not supposed to be skinny and fit.
Right.
But a lot of it that I've learned a lot of over the years that I've been doing this, that it's eating habits. It's depression. It's people that are functioning every day under depression and they don't realize it. So I actually have someone that I refer those people to who need help. And I have a team behind the scenes too that help these ladies, and I love it. So yes, I'm definitely walking in purpose.
Wow. I'm telling you, keep hitting on so much. Oh my gosh, man. I'm telling you. But you'll keep going though. You'll keep going, but you are hitting on so much. And I'm sure that the community at large is going to take a lot of value from everything that you're giving so far. So next we want to know, what should we be looking for from your business in the near future?
Oh, let me see. Let's keep that a secret a little bit longer, please.
Okay.
I've been working on it for a minute. I've had a couple of I won't say I learned a lot of lessons with sharing things too soon. Let's keep it at that. So just when I pop, I've been put up for a minute, and I'm gonna pop out, in a little while.
It's all good. I mean, like I said, you just give us a little something to look forward to. But
Okay, got it. So that's what we'll do.
We're looking for it. We're looking for it. All right. So since you can't answer that, give us this one. We want to know this one. Some advice that you have for a new small business owner.
New small business owner. Have they already started the business, or they're thinking to start the business, or both?
Both. Give it to us.
I always say, I repeat this from my mother and my grandmother, actually. If it was a thought and it was a vision, if it can be taught, it can be learned. If you're not starting the business because you don't know where to start, there's someone out there who can teach you.
Exactly.
Just start the business. Just start. Put the doubts to the side and ignore the naysayers. Just start it. I will say this about services coming on. I do plan on starting a business startup mentorship. I will say that. So I will share that with you. So you pulled that out of me.
Yeah.
Business. Because when I wanted to quit, the team that was behind the scenes kept me going. And just keep going, and just the ones who are in the business, keep going. Eliminate some things that are pulling you in so many directions.
Right.
And focus on the main thing in the business.
Right.
Don't stop it completely. Just put it on the back burner, reduce some time, take a couple of services off, or, reduce your availability just so you can regroup, but don't give up. And you may have to take a new route. The business services or business that you start, you may have outgrown that. You may need to, reevaluate some things and see if you need to work in a different direction. And for the beginners, put it on paper, pray about it, and let it come to surface. It'll surface, and you'll know exactly which way to go.
Exactly. And one of the things you're hitting on was going different ways. This entrepreneurial ADHD is what we call it. Entrepreneurial ADHD, that you want to do something, but you don't know how to get there. And that's why mentorship is so important. This has been my year where I've had 2 or 3 mentors the entire year. And I can truly say God has opened so many doors, because I didn't have to go and struggle in this one field for 2 or 3 years and go this way. Like, no, in every area of my life, I have a mentor in every area of my life.
Yes.
I want to walk down this path and not have to bump my head 30 times. I can bump it maybe 2 times. I mean, I want to go a little easier. And so I hope that, people, again, will see the value in mentorship, because that person has been there, done that, and they're looking at someone else go a little bit easier. And sounds like you have a lot to offer.
I used to be like this. Why did I do this? But I didn't listen. One person who she'll listen to this, and she'll clap her hands when I say this, because I say it all the time. The one person who has been with me from day one is my accountant. She mentors me off the clock as well. If it wasn't for her, I swear I bumped my head a million times. So every one time I bumped it. And she would just get me back by my shirt and just pull me back.
Pull you back in. Yeah. It's really back in. And
another team member behind the scenes, marketing manager, social media manager, that, we work together. I'm not one who could just hand everything over. So we work together, but she is wonderful, who we've developed a very personal friendship and relationship outside of this. And I'll text her and say, hey, what should I do about this? And she'll tell me exactly what to do. And I was like, oh, I knew that. So we think so much alike. And another thing I'll say to some of the business owners, once you start the business or get the business going, don't be in your feelings about who don't come and get a service, or who don't support you, or who don't do this. That's not necessary. Just, and then also, because some people might not need what you have, it's simple math.
Yeah.
They may have missed a post that you posted 2 days ago. Don't sit there and waste your time analyzing that. Don't do it. And there was something else I want to say, but I forgot. I think it was just start. We'll go back to that. That's a simple 2 words. Just start.
Okay. We're gonna highlight all of this. I'm telling you, believe me. And the last thing before we end, because I want to go back to this, to hit this again. You spoke earlier about the slow season,
Yes.
about the struggle during the slow season. I want you just to highlight a little bit again about where your headspace was in the slow season. Like how did you mentally make it through that? Because like I said, some people, they get that quick burst from the beginning and then they slow down, or they just really slow starting. So how did you get through that slow season?
Man, so I guess I can't say a cuss word on here, but let's say that I had some fire under my buns.
Yeah.
When, I'm a new business. I'm considered a new business because we haven't been in business for 2 years.
Right.
And there's no shame in saying it. There is no need to be ashamed to say, it was just sometimes the money was not always there for this business, because running a business with so many services, I have overhead and I have a lot of supplies to keep in stock for inventory. So sometimes the money wasn't always there, but I knew I had to come up with something to put a fire under me when I had to pay the money pay the rent and pay different things out of my own pocket. So that's when I knew. I was like, ooh, let's move a little differently. So that's what I did. I had to start moving different. And so it just come up. I knew I couldn't close. I come too far.
Okay. You talking. I mean, you saying all the right things, because again,
being honest, I'm being very transparent.
That's all we want. That's all we want. Because
if any business tells you that they've never had a downfall, you can't say they're lying, because they may not have hit it yet.
Right.
But every business will have a slow season, a downfall, whether it's a bad review, a financial situation, whether it's an injury, something may happen. They may not want to tell it, but I'm open to tell it. This has been a journey. I had zero business management skills. I did not come from a family of entrepreneurs.
Right.
I did not have a business coach in the beginning. There was a lot of stuff that I just went in blind. I was the blind leading the blind. Learned a lot of lessons. I used to say I made a lot of mistakes, and my mom was like, "No, you just learned a lot of lessons. Just keep going."
Okay. But again, like you said, just start. Because like I said, you got to go through it. I mean, everybody goes through it. Just depends on when. So I'd rather go through it early rather than later, honestly, in my opinion. And I see you're doing great things. I know that more things are great to come. So with all of that being said, we want to know, how can we contact you, since you got us on ice right now, waiting to know what this new stuff is? How can we contact you when the time is right?
Let me see. You can contact me at any time on Instagram or Facebook. I have business pages, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm also on TikTok, very active on TikTok. You see my personality on TikTok. So I don't know if anyone knows this, but Walter, it took a lot for him to get me to do this live interview. I don't do much talking in front of the camera, but I did it because he is my cousin, and because I need to be in front of the camera. And I wanted to thank him for actually highlighting my business, taking the time out to highlight the business. So this is another way of support. Just never know. But back to your questions. I got off a little bit, but I had to bring myself back. So Earthly Wellness Bar is on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We have a Snapchat, don't use it often, but you can also place orders, and we're actually updating our website, but it's www.earthlywellnessbar.com. Our contact information, our business line is 850-557-8530. You can ask for Marteen Lewis or Sierra DeBose. She's a licensed massage therapist. She's definitely camera shy. However, we're pulling her out of the bag slowly. If you wonder why isn't she on some of the stuff, she's very camera shy. She's shy. I mean, really shy. So we're working on that. We need to start with some reels. That's how I got in front of the camera. I started with reels.
Exactly. That's short form content right now is really booming. People that don't have long attention spans, so that short form content right now is the way to go. That's some last minute advice for any small business owner, just people in general. If you want to get some views, you want to get some content going, that's the way.
That's the way to do it. It really is. And I'll say something about social media, about the TikTok and the reels and things like that. This is for the public. When you see a business post something, don't take it personal. Don't think that's them. Don't even necessarily think it's their personality, because like I said, I have a social media manager. There are some things that she'll say, this is a trending sound. This is a trending point of view. And I just do it because she tell me to do it.
Yeah,
And sometimes,
exactly.
oh, I don't know what people might think about me. I don't know what they might say.
Right,
It's not to
right,
me. And she'll like, do it. I'll do it. I'll have the most views. So be mindful of that when you're actually looking at someone's page. I'll never post anything explicit, or I've had a couple that had a couple of curse words or whatever, but those are my top views. Not to say that I don't curse. I do.
right.
Don't jump on me. But however, yeah, don't take my social media serious all the time. It's just fun. But I'm serious about the business and the customer service.
Right.
My 5-star Google review link will tell you that.
A little flexing a little bit right there. 5-star.
No.
Little slight flex. Okay, 5 stars.
My
Amen.
flex is to remain humble. That's my biggest flex.
Okay. I ain't gonna ruin your shine.
Don't ruin my shine. Nasir taught me that. He was like, Mama, you don't say much. I think your flex is staying humble. That's why you keep growing. I was like, I think that's true, son. So I'm gonna say that on an interview one day. So I have to let him know that I actually said it with you.
Okay. Right time, right place, and I ain't mad at you. But again, we really thank you for your time. You dropped a lot of gems, a lot of good advice, a lot of content, and I know you have a lot more to offer, not just here, but people can come through and see you. If you're feeling down, feeling depressed or have anxiety, I mean, you have such a well-rounded service, and people are looking to not only come in for one thing, but they're going to get the full experience.
Yes.
They're gonna gain some motivation. They're gonna get some good medical advice, and they're gonna be taken care of the right way. Why? Because that's the foundation you built. So we thank you. We really thank you.
Let me add one more thing. So also, when you said with those services, we offer aromatherapy with all of our services. Every service comes with aromatherapy, which are all natural, best grade essential oils. I actually went to the essential oil plants. I want to make sure before I offer this, that this is really the real deal. And I'm actually a wellness advocate with doTERRA essential oil. And I went to Utah, and it was an amazing experience. I'll actually start posting some of that footage. And so we incorporate essential oils with all services.
Wow.
It's an experience. It's an experience. At first I was told that my prices were too high, and I was just it's an experience. I didn't change the price. And actually, to be honest with you, right now is the best time to book any service. Our website, off every service, every product is 40% off for Cyber Monday. www.earthlywellnessbar.com. So jump on it. If you posting this video today, I would say go ahead and post so they catch that. But they say the services were too high, but I put a lot in this. It's not about me wanting to charge the most. It's the experience that you receive. It's the knowledge that we're sharing. And it is the investment that I've made in the business. You're getting what you pay for, and that's everywhere you go.
Yeah, I love that. And that's a great way to end it right there. Just emphasizing that it's an experience. When you come through here, you get an experience. I mean, this is the full package.
We even serve hot tea, man. Where do you go and get hot tea with your services? Hey, I bet now that I mentioned that other businesses will start doing that too. But we serve hot tea.
Trendsetters is all good. Trendsetters is all good. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing on there so these people can get their 40% off. Because man,
40% off all services for 4 hours. So actually, it's 5:28. It started at 3, and it goes until 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
We got to get there. Then we got to get there. 40% off there. And why go ahead and get hers. And then while you're at it, go ahead and get some Bloodstained Apparel, because we got 40% off till midnight. So go ahead. Get a little.
And I support you. Send me that link so I can order something from you as well.
Get a double whammy. Get a double whammy. Today is the day. Today is the day. So we thank you, honestly.
You're welcome.
You gave us a lot. You gave us a whole bunch, and we can't thank you enough. So we look forward to having you back very, very soon.
Hopefully. Yes, very soon. I'll come back. Maybe January.
Okay. We want some brand new content, some brand new stuff. I'm serious.
That's it. Okay. Well, thank you for having me, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Good night.